This morning for you on Daybreak, the importance of radon and knowing its potential dangers.
And the Methodist Church could soon split into two. We'll tell you which branch a local pastor would follow.
Also, the Tommy Morris trial will go into a third day. We'll talk about what to expect and more coming up this hour for you here on Daybreak.
Welcome back. It's Thursday, January 9th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
I'm Joe Morano. We're doing well as we move along. Folks across the pond, not so much though, right?
You know what? You were saying this news broke right after you got off the air yesterday for midday that Harry and Meghan are removing themselves from the royal family.
Yeah. They say somewhat of a step back, slight step back, but everyone's saying not really.
So they're going to become financially independent and split their time between the U.S. and the UK.
Let me tell you guys, that's no picnic, all right? Becoming financially independent, so just a heads up right there. But we'll see what's in store for them.
We have Elisa. We know she's clued in on the royal family. Listen, Meghan has her own money. She had a multi-million-dollar house.
True.
Before.
Big-time actress before that, too.
And Harry has had a career in the military, and I'm sure they're both fine.
We'll take you guys over here in the States. You can come on over.
Yeah, exactly.
Red Rover.
We can invite them to parties.
You know what, though? We're, more locally now. Not so much in Europe, but right here. We got a lot happening. Starting today, coming up over these next few days, right?
Yeah, the list of weather hazards almost is, exhausting.
Right.
I please you just pay attention to the forecast because there's more than one thing to pay attention to. We're starting out very warm out there this morning. It's 50 degrees with the cloudy skies and southerly winds sustained near 18 miles per hour. So it's a warm and windy start. Clouds blanketing us this morning, and we've got temperatures trending about 20 to 25 degrees warmer now than they were this time yesterday. It's 51 degrees in Springfield, 53 in Monette, and 52 in Camdenton. Southerly winds are sustained near 25 miles per hour, gusting up near 40. It's a 36 mile per hour gust in Joplin, 26 mile per hour in Springfield. Dry roads through this morning. We'll have showers move in this afternoon, so things will start to get a little bit wet out there. Things staying warm and windy by dismissal, still reaching towards 60 degrees. Now, everyone is included in the flash flood watch that's in effect all day Friday and Friday night. We also have to talk about severe weather and snow. A huge laundry list of things to talk about. We'll do it in 10 minutes.
New this morning, we are putting a focus on radon, as it is Radon Awareness Month. What is it exactly, and how can it be dangerous?
Pillar 10's Nigel McDonald met with local health experts to learn more and is here to relay that to us this morning. Nigel, what'd you find out?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. Radon is a tasteless, odorless, and colorless gas, and the second leading cause of lung cancer, which is why local experts encourage you to test your home for its presence.
1 in 4 homes in Springfield test positive for the presence of radon, a tasteless, odorless, and colorless gas.
Radon only does one thing. It's a carcinogen. It causes lung cancer.
One reason Murawski says January is designated as Radon Awareness Month. He says,
the first step is to find out what the radon level is in your house. So the best time to find out if the radon level is high is when you buy the house.
Unfortunately, Murawski says he's seen homeowners find out years later that they've been exposing themselves and their families to the gas.
That's happened a couple times when the levels were quite high, and it's really sad because they've raised their kids in the house. They've done things to take care of their own health. They've eaten well.
Murawski says it's relatively inexpensive to mitigate your home should it present high levels of radon.
They'll come in and they'll put a series of pipes and a fan, and it'll actually depressurize the air beneath the house, whether it's the crawl space or the basement, and that simply removes the radon gas and it evacuates it above the roof line.
The EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, says radon levels above a 4.0 are harmful to your health.
When you're exposed to the radon gas, as I said, it enters your lungs and then it causes DNA damage over time, so it can take 5 to 10 years for you to develop that lung cancer.
Sorab says,
what you can test, though, is your home and your workplace. You can check the radon levels in your home. In fact, it's recommended that everyone should check radon levels in their house.
Sorab says reducing radon exposure significantly reduces lung cancer risk.
Well, according to the EPA, radon causes about 21,000 lung cancer deaths each year.
All right, Nigel McDonald reporting this morning. And you're right to know now, the trial of Tommy Morris will go into a third day today. Probably the most significant part of day 2 was when Morris's interview with detectives the day after the crash was played for the court. It was mostly about the crash and his meth dealings, including the one in the Price Cutter parking lot that led to that pursuit. Toward the end of the interview, Morris learned that Dana Sowards had died from that crash.
You are aware that the female died. You are aware of that, right? Yeah. Yeah, the lady that you hit, she died right there on the scene. No. She just turned 31. She's got a little boy. I don't think we'll want to live now. She's married to her junior high sweetheart. She's never done a thing wrong in her life. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. No, I'm sorry.
And that trial continues this morning. We expect a verdict as well, so don't forget to stay tuned for that.
A large religious denomination may be splitting as a solution to years of debate over performing same-sex weddings in LGBT clergies. Back in February of last year, United Methodist Church's General Conference voted against those two activities. And as of January 1st, there are mandatory penalties for wedding same-sex couples. A new plan to split the church in two would keep the main United Methodist Church recognizing the rights of the LGBT community, and another traditionalist branch would form, banning same-sex marriage and prohibiting LGBT people from the clergy. One local Methodist pastor says his church will continue welcoming people of all backgrounds.
Of all United Methodist churches, they says, we're just trying to connect people to God, to Christ. I believe that's God's call for the church, is to be open and inclusive of people of all backgrounds and diversity and sexual orientations, including people who are LGBTQ+.
This plan will be discussed in the upcoming General Conference in May, held in Minnesota.
Around the Ozarks now, local help is on its way to Australia. Convoy of Hope has already sent some staff to the country to help victims of devastating fires that have destroyed millions of acres of land that you know about by now. Convoy leader Jeff Nene says additional team members are headed there to help in areas that need it the most. Nearly 70 fires are still uncontained, with fears that that number could still rise.
And you'll soon see fires burning on public lands around Bull Shoals and Norfolk Lakes in Arkansas. The Corps of Engineers and the State Game and Fish Commission will conduct prescribed burns until the second week of April. Hunters are urged to remove any hunting stands that may be nearby. Prescribed burns aim to improve timber health and prevent wildfires.
We've got dry roads, cloudy skies, warm temperatures, and gusty winds out there this morning. The big show of our storm, it flexes its muscles on Friday with heavy rain, severe weather, and then snow by Saturday. We've got lots to chat about coming up right after the break.